the EPC. Anywhere, 4G LTE is still in its trial phase in Iraq. Moving toward 5G, many preparation and change to the existing infrastructure need to be done. Special situation of Iraq can make things take extensively more time and effort to reach fully operating 5G. In fact, one of the main changes that 5G brings is to move toward fully softwareized network or SDN. This transition will include a major change to the network hardware and infrastructure. In fact, this will lead us to get a totally new challenge to the traditional cellular operators, where the core and the edge of network will be more open. In general, in this figure, we can see how we can make rollout from software from traditional mobile network to the softwareized 5G network. In fact, it will be passed in 4 phases. It starts with the virtualization and cloudification, SDN, NFV, cloud computing. Phase number 2, service migration. Phase 3, orchestration, network and service. And finally, service automation, network, slicing, MEC. And finally, we will reach to our destination and we will transition the traditional network to the softwareized 5G. When we make a transition to 5G, in fact, 5G is supported to solve a lot of problems that appear in the 4G and the earlier system. So we are summarized this challenge with its solving in this table that showing in front of yours. First challenge will be radio frequency spectrum scarcity. The solution will be millimeter wave band, radio and carrier aggregation, high energy consumption, efficient coding techniques, increasing the spectral efficiency, massive MIMO diffusion, small cells, and efficient multiple access mechanisms, higher data rate with reduced interfaces, visible light communication, and beamforming, handling high mobility scenarios, beam tracing, and advanced realing techniques, coverage everywhere, higher capacity and throughput, coordinate multi-point transmission, device-to-device communication, and spectrum sharing. Different quality of service for different application and use cases, fog computing, mobile edge computing, machine-to-machine communication. Fragmented user connectivity, SDN or software-defined network, and NFV. Next, we have some transition of examples. We will start with the America example. Start by the end of 2018, more focused on millimeter waves. Went through measurement, campaign, standardization process, spectrum auctions, planning, deployment, and constant upgrading. In the example, still in its early stage, first, the proof of real need for the new generation was acquired by several public and private studies. The several list of possible challenges before successfully rolling out 5G were put by several researchers, engineers, and companies. Network-related challenge, system-based challenge, spectrum-related challenge, and so on. Here we have the third example with Indonesia example. It was planning to start in 2020, but they are postponement because you know about reasons related with the pandemic of COVID-19 and something also. But they submit strategy to transition from 4G to 5G in a 3-stage. In fact, we'll start with 2023. The first stage will be start with EBB, and the second stage to take the reward phase. Here we have massive Internet of Things, look like smart city, smart farming, and so on. Final stage will be wrapping the benefit phase and end with the 2034. Here we will get the critical Internet of Things, look like flying car, self-driving car, hologram, code. The Chinese example, the fastest 5G deployment in the world, patched by two gain companies, Huawei and ZTE, 500,000 small cells installed to provide nationwide 5G coverage, more focused on mid-band frequencies, C-band around 3.6 gigahertz. Just before to go for the next page, we will take these examples to explain the challenge and its solving that happen in the other countries, because this challenge with its solution can be directly in our case in Iraq, whilst the others could be irrelevant or with the change moving could be applied or deployed in our special case in Iraq. Telecom sector in Iraq, big delay is regulating to telecommunication operation. The process can be take years to complete. Operator companies are suffering from many problems related to acquiring the appropriate spectrum, safety and security issues, and ethics. The level of digital ignorance among the people is higher than most of the other countries. Expensive services and bad quality of service with no SLA. Next, proposed solution and recommendation. More spectrum need to be assigned faster. Transmission line need to be expanded and upgraded. Core network need to be nationalized and upgraded, softwareized or SDN. Massive MIMO need to be adapted. The real need and usage of current and the future generation of wireless communication need to be studied and analyzed. Channel measurement campaigns need to be done before deploying any new services. Safety measures need to be followed strictly, both of workers in the site and the users. On this page, we will show some picture explain the hazards material left exposed in many cellular tower sites. General transition strategies. Before deciding to deploy new generation 5G, we need to check the data center and infrastructure readiness, check the radio network readiness, check IP transport readiness, check the core network readiness, check the automation readiness. Finally, it's recommended that any transition process need to be planned collaboratively among the academic, industrial, and regulatory parties according to the clear plan and specific rules. Thank you for listening, and I will leave the mic to my colleague, Dr. Mustafa Sadiq, to answer any question that would you like to submit.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Mustafa, and thanks also for Dr. Mustafa. Yeah, it's an interesting topic. So it's maybe like a review. You have made a review paper. Am I right? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. We hope to get some new results maybe in the future. Yeah, of course, it's too complicated for now. Yeah. Okay, any questions? Any questions, please? Okay, thank you, Dr. Mustafa and Mr. Mustafa.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sorry, we have to leave early because the rest of the researchers didn't attend the conference. So we have to meet again, maybe for the next